Welcome to another episode of A Scribe Scribbles. Today, we're going to talk about and I'm using air quotes here, need to write every day. Do you really need to write every day? Stick around. We're going to talk about that. If you've been a member of any writing groups, if you've ever read anything about being a writer, you've probably heard the saying, if you're going to write, you have to write every day. That's what they say. Of course, I don't really know who they are, but are they right? Do you have to write words every day to become a better writer? If you ask me, and since you're currently a captive audience, I'm going to tell you, I say the answer is no. To become a better writer, you need to write, just not every day. Now, before I explain my stance on the subject, let's take a look at why this is a common theme among writers. The biggest reason that you're told this is that writing every day forms a habit. You get in the habit of writing. When you write daily, eventually it'll turn into something that you just do. And while some writing habits are good to get into, others, not so much. Writing every day won't produce better writing. It'll just produce more words. And on the surface, this sounds like a good thing. But let's think about it a little deeper. If you're writing to a word count, more words is a good thing. If, however, you're writing for quality and to get to the end of your project, then it can be a bad thing. Because if you force yourself to write every day, you're going to have days where you just don't feel it. You don't want to write. You want some time off, or the kids are acting up and you just want a night off from everything. And on those days, if you write, you're just going to fill the page with nonsense words to fill the allotted time that you have for your writing. And the next day, you'll end up trashing it all and starting all over. So what's the point? Is it just to stay in habit? I'm pretty sure that if you have a habit of writing constantly, missing a day or two isn't going to break this habit. But the second big reason that they give for writing every day is that even bad words are good words, and it's better than no words. And I'll tell you, I used to believe this wholeheartedly. It made sense when I heard it. You hear the other quotes that go around that are similar. You can't edit a blank page, things like that. You can't edit the words that aren't there. So even if you have words and they're bad words, you can edit them to make better words. And I used to believe this. I was fully committed to it. I was like, absolutely right. If I can only put down 50 or 100 words or 500 words today, that's better than not writing anything at all. However, I've since learned that I, myself, am quite lazy. And the worst part of the writing experience for me, and I know it's not the case for everybody, but for me, the worst part of the writing experience is editing. I don't like to do things over. And, of course, rewriting a draft from draft 1 to draft 2. That's completely different. And keeping that aside, writing 1,000 words today, just to write them. All that means is that I'm going to have to rewrite those 1,000 words tomorrow. And to me, that's counterproductive and extra work. And I don't like extra work. And when it comes to my writing, extra work takes the joy out of being a creative. I like being a creative. I like producing words that people want to read. I enjoy sitting down at my keyboard and typing out words and creating scenes and creating these worlds and characters that people want to read about. What I don't like is rewriting those words because the ones that I wrote yesterday were forced. And this goes along with the whole practice makes perfect adage. I'm sure you've heard that. And if you follow the blog, you'll know that I loathe that saying. Practice does not make perfect unless you have perfect practice. Writing is the same. Now, while every word that you write will not be perfect, if you write with the bad habits and you force yourself to write every day, you're going to develop some bad habits. If you write with these bad habits, on the days that you really want to write and you're excited about writing and you sit down and you're joyful and you're like, yes, let's do this, those bad habits will still be there. So instead, I propose that you write because you love to write and that it's enjoyable to you. And this isn't going to be the case every day. I love to write. Writing brings me joy. It's one of the most fun things that I do, as boring as that makes me sound. But I love to write. But I don't write every day. I can't. I mean, I physically have the ability to, but it's just not something that I can do. I can't sit down with that same level of excitement every day at the keyboard and produce high quality words. And that's what I want to do. I want to produce these high quality words. I want to be able to go back over my draft and know that I don't have to edit out 2,000 words because I had an off day. So while you're writing, as I propose, write because you love to write. On the days that you're not feeling it, I say don't write. Take some time for yourself. Do other things. Get your errands run. Hang out with the kids or the spouse. Get your mind off of the words for a while. Take a whole day off. Maybe take 2. And then you get back to work. And when you come back from taking that day or 2 off, you'll have that enthusiasm and that joy will be there and you'll want to write again. And I'm not telling you not to write every day. I mean, technically I am. I'm telling you it's a bad idea. But there are times where you're going to want to write for many consecutive days in a row. And if you're in this flow and you're in that swing of things where you just can't stop putting words down, man, go with it. I've done it. I've done, 17, 18, 19 days in a row where I'm just putting out these words after words after words, 2,000-3,000 words a day, maybe even more. And I'm feeling it, and I found that this comes especially when you're in the last chapters or the last stages of your project, because you're so excited for the end. You just want it to get there. Take advantage of that. Do it. Go after it. But if you sit down and you boot up your computer or you pull out your legal pad, however it is that you're writing this project, and you're not feeling it, it's not bringing you joy, and stop. Walk away for a while. And if you want to sit there and write every day, do it. But I can guarantee you that if you take a day off now and again, your writing is going to be even better. So you're not going to have to worry about practice makes perfect. You're not going to have to worry about writing every day because bad words are better than no words. Because you know what's better than bad words? High quality, great words that you're proud of. Ones that you don't have to rewrite 300 times because you just aren't feeling it today. Get in the habit of writing when it's enjoyable for you. Get in the habit of writing high quality words that you don't have to edit the crap out of. Get in the habit of writing when writing is fun. And then get in the habit of taking time off for you. Self-care. Take care of your family. Take care of your pets. Quit neglecting your house plants. Go get your laundry out of the dryer. Do things other than writing on days where you don't feel like writing. And it's as simple as that. I want to end today's episode, though, talking about a couple things up in the future. One, we still have the contest going on, extradraft.com. Right on the main page, you'll see a little pop-up come up. It says that there's a contest you can enter. Put your email address and your first name in there and click submit. You'll be signed up for the newsletter and entered to win a free copy of the 5-draft writing method. This drawing will be held on June 1st, but the contest ends... the drawing will be on June 5th, but the contest ends on June 1st. So you got about 9 days left to get over there, sign up. You can earn bonus entries. There is a spot for a referral. If your friends sign up and they put your email address in the referral, you will get a bonus entry. The drawing will be held on the 5th. I will make the announcement in the blog and on the podcast and the newsletter that comes out that week. Don't forget to follow Extra Draft Courses on Instagram, The Extra Draft on Twitter, extradraft.com/blog to keep up on all the latest weekly topics. And of course, if you have a comment about writing every day, be sure to stop by the site. If you have an account, you can log in and you will have access to the forum for the podcast where you can tell us what you think about writing every day. But here's some exciting news. Next week on the podcast, we have a guest host. We are interviewing Samantha Hewigan. She is a best-selling author of The Dawn Among the Stars and soon-to-be-released Fading Starlight, books 1 and 2 of the Starless series. She's going to be right here on the show answering some tough questions, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you come back next week to check that out. Don't forget about the contest. Sign up, follow us, and until next week, have fun and write words.